Hello, I'm David Carey. To my right I have Avery Dufresne, Operations Technician, Pat France, Operations Technician, Todd Terrebonne, Supervisor of Operations, and Randy Terrebonne, Operations Technician. And on the camera I have Vincent Adams, Utility Technician. We're going to be talking about conducting business in Mexico. There's normally 8 topics you want to go through and questions you want to ask yourself before you conduct business in Mexico. There are social customs, family life, housing, clothing and food, class structure, political structure, environmental institutes, religious and folk beliefs, and value systems. I'm going to focus on 2, class structure and political patterns. First, class structure. You see, in the class structure we have wealth, social status, and race. First, wealth. You see in Mexico there's an unequal distribution of wealth. There's a 3 to 4% unemployment rate, which is pretty good, a lot better than America is right now. The rural landless poor, they're very poor. The rural that have no land, and then the real wealthy in Mexico is the landowners, the wealthy farmers. Next, social status. We see that there's 10% upper and upper middle, then there's 30% middle, and then the 60% is lower. Race. In Mexico, unfortunately, they have a problem with white supremacy. It does tend to have a problem when you have ethics that are mixed in with politics, and it does cause problems when you're conducting business. There is a lot of hostility towards blacks. Political patterns. We see public security, 3 great civilizations, and media information outlets. First, public security. A lot of drug and violence. When we see this in the media today, that's one of the downfalls of Mexico. And when you're conducting business, you have to see a good safe haven where you can know the government's going to take care of you. The bad thing, there's a bad reputation of the government, because a lot of people believe the government is a part of the crime. Due to the fact of a lot of assassinations and a lot of politicians being paid off. There's a lot of muggings and burglars in Mexico. Due to the fact is, I want to say 15 to 20 years ago, they took guns away from the people, and since then crime has escalated. You see that they have no protection, and if you're seeing with something new, there's a lot of knockoff curtail in the middle of the country. We hear a lot about the border, but in the middle of the country they're having that same problem also. As we talked about corruption, and also now we see a lot of people taking the law into their own hands. The thing is, there's not that many guns, so you get a lot of illegal guns in, and then also because of people taking the law in their own hands, you're not getting the government helping out as much. 3 great civilizations. You got the Mayas, the Olmecs, and the Toltecs. They mix up. I mean, that's the northern, the middle, and the southern. They're all different civilizations. I know some people that travel to Mexico, and each section, as you go through it, there's different civilizations, different religions, different social backgrounds, just like we have in America. The further you start in the south, you go north, it changes big time. Media information outlets. Television is the main. It reaches up to 60% of the people in Mexico, so that'd be a good avenue for advertising, because most people that have your televisions are the ones that can afford the product, or they're the ones that most likely will be workers for you, because the rural normally work on the farms, and there's a lot of, since it's 3 to 4% employment, there's a lot of hard-working Mexicans. They all want to work. They all want to earn earn a good day's wage. So you shouldn't have a problem finding people. Radio is another big avenue in Mexico. It reaches over half of its population. You have social networking. Since Mexico is a third world country, you don't have that many social networking, but it is growing around your big country. By big cities, and digital media such as Facebook. Thank you and gracias.